Do you know that the Fed are dangerous because they are independent of the federal government?
Excuse me? What about the feds?
They not only have the power to print money but don't have to give a crap about what the Congress has to say.
Really now? I always thought the Congress was the one who made the feds.
Yeah, but according to the Board of Governors, the Federal Reserve is independent within government in that its decisions do not have to be ratified by the President or anyone else in the executive or legislative branch of government. Which means they just tell the Congress what decisions they have already made.
So is that what they mean by independent audit in Section 12 Use 248B?
Fuck yeah. Wait, you know about Section 12 Use 248B?
So what are they printing money for at this time?
They're using it to buy US bonds.
Why? What's so special about the US bonds?
It's all for this mass conspiracy, where they try to manipulate the demand for US bonds so the interest rate stays low and the US Treasury can borrow money from other countries at a lower cost.
So basically, they are trying to scam other countries. Well, that sounds like an excellent idea to me. Why you are so concerned about that?
Because these US bonds purchases simply put us, the citizens, into stupid-ass debt. So the taxes freaking rises.
I don't understand. I didn't receive any additional tax. Everything looks fine.
It's not in the taxes. Every time the sneaky-ass Fed prints money, it means the dollar in your hand by a little less. You are paying the interest through inflation.
Are you kidding me? This is unfucking believable.
Prices are skyrocketing while the Fed is saying there is no inflation at all. None at all. The global price of food has risen 36%. The clothing price will shoot up to 15%. And don't get me started on the damn oil prices. By the summer, it will be $6 per gallon.
Oh, my God. Are the feds trying to prevent us from consuming any more?
No, it's the opposite. They want you to consume. They set the interest rate to 0, so there's no point in even having a savings account at all.
Use the dollar today while it's still worth $1. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's awesome. Too bad it's not for you. It only applies to the US banks and other insolvent financial institutions that can get an unlimited pool of money to borrow from and leave on deposit where it earned risk-free interest. So the 8% interest you see on the bill goes to the bank's fat little pockets.
Those sons of... That's so unfair. Has the Fed ever helped the people?
Well, kind of.
Who did they help?
Well, for example, this rich bitch couple who put up $15 million into investing a business. They quickly received $220 million in cash from the Fed, most of which they used to purchase student loans and commercial mortgages. Student loans could now be bought for half price of original and risen at least 70 since August 2009.
So that would put the price near 85 cents. The $220 million becomes $375 million now. Even giving back the $220 million and they still would walk away with $155 million of profit on top of their $15 million in investment. That's like a tenfold return.
Yes, math whiz, you are right. Not only that, it enabled a vast global carry trade in dollars. Speculators could borrow unlimited dollars at no cost, and then deploy the cash around the world to chase higher yields in stocks, commodities, etc.
Is that the reason why the stocks has gone up so much?
Bingo. The stocks has gone up by 60 since March 2009. The second round of quantitative easing has forced risk on investing in riskier margin debt. Margin debt is now almost at 2008 highs. It is a vicious cycle.
It wasn't all about the Fed for the market rally. I've seen the corporate earnings were amazing.
Right. With the bulk of US corporations' growth and earnings coming from overseas sales, then a plummeting dollar boosted their profits effortlessly, further goosing US stocks.
The US is making so much fucking money, but I still have to fucking worry about getting layoff. How are the corporate earnings better when the dollar is actually worth less?
Hell yeah. With savings earning nothing, US investors were driven into the risk trades of the stock market and commodities, a flow of funds which reinflated asset bubbles. This reinflation was critical to create the false illusion of widespread recovery via the wealth effect of rising asset prices.
So the Fed are telling us we are recovering economically when in reality, we digging a bigger ass grave.
That's right. This is the reason why housing market is getting worse with no signs of recovery.
The crude oil price has passed $112 and approaching the historical high in 2008. Will $5 a gallon stop the Fed from printing money?
Why the hell would it stop? As the Fed, Janet Yellen, declared, rising commodity prices don't warrant policy shift.
What? Don't they care about us failing into recession again?
If the Fed stopped buying US Treasury, then no one is going to buy them. The skyrocketing costs will make it difficult for the US to meet their obligations. By the time we, the taxpayers, when we no longer can service the interest on the debt, we will default, and that the default will make the dollar worth very little.
So what you're saying is, whether or not the Fed is buying the US Treasury, the dollar will eventually end up worthless.
Yes. Fed is more likely to continue printing the stupid money. Otherwise, the US can't afford to pay the interest payment.
Oh, my God. How the heck can I handle the $200 gas price?
Don't be a dumbass. The expert is predicting a $5 gas price, not $200, by this Memorial Day. I hope...
Yes, let's pray. Is anyone or any branch in the government has ever successfully stopped the Fed becoming too powerful?
No.
Oh damn, what can I do now?
I would suggest you to go buy gold and silver or storing foods like a hibernating bear.
Obama said economy is fine. My ass.